Is living in Baltimore, Maryland still affordable? Over the last year, we have seen inflation run rampant all over the United States. In Maryland, we're no different. You're seeing it at the gas pump, you're seeing it in your grocery bill, your utility bill, and don't even get me started on the housing cost. Today, we're talking all about the cost of living and how it impacts you when living in Maryland. We're getting started right now. What is up, everyone? It's Adam Taylor with the Relentless Home Group of eXp Realty right here in Maryland. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about life in Maryland, great news, you're in the right spot. We do videos each and every week talking about living here, working here, going out to eat, and most importantly, having some fun in this amazing state that we get to call home. So if that is the information that you're looking for, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give the notification bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we put out another video just like this one. Now right now, I gotta be honest with you. My team and I, we are receiving phone calls, text messages, and emails from folks all over the world looking to move or relocate right here to Maryland, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move, whether now or sometime in the future, my team and I, hey, we'd love to help you out in that transition, but we need one thing from you, and that's for you to reach out to us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or fan us down with that smoke signal. However you need to get a hold of us, we got your back. We're moving right here to Maryland. Now, if you're thinking about making a move here to Maryland, in particularly the Baltimore area, chances are you've probably come across some old data, stuff that's 3, 4, 5 years old, and even some of my older videos. You know what? They're essentially obsolete right now because things are changing so fast, which is why I want to jump into this video and give you an update as to what's going on right here in Maryland, in particular the Baltimore area, with everything in the housing market, food costs, gas prices, utilities, you name it. We're going to try and cover it in this video today. So without further ado, let's jump in and look at what it really costs to live here in the Baltimore metro area. Let's jump into housing because really housing is the biggest expense many of us face when making a move to another state. So those of you that are watching this video and coming from places down south, South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Texas, you're probably going to be in for a little bit of a sticker shock when you come here to Maryland because you're not going to be able to get as much of a home as you are down in the southern regions of the United States. So what's changed about housing in Maryland? Well, here's the deal. If you do just a quick search on realtor.com for the Baltimore city area, you're going to notice that as of, say, September 2020, average median sales price, or list price rather, was about $200,000. Right now, present day as of making this video, we're at about $220,000. So we've received about a 10% return. Now the challenge is with those numbers, if you look at the map to the right here, you're going to see that it's only for inside the city limits. Here's what the numbers on realtor.com are not telling you. We're only looking at a snapshot of the city limits inside of Baltimore. Well, most people actually live outside of the city limits in the suburbs of one of the adjacent counties, either Baltimore County, Carroll County, Howard County, Anne Arundel County, or Harford County. Now, if we take all the sales from all of the surrounding jurisdictions, you're looking at a housing cost that's going to be about, on average, $374,000 for a home in and around the Baltimore metro area. Now, why is that? Why are people gravitating towards those other areas? Well, number one, that's where your newest construction is. I mean, Baltimore is already built up, so you got to build away from the city. Two, some of the best schools are out there, which leads us into, hey, that's where most of the competition is going to be, and that's where we're seeing a lot of growth. So be prepared, but be forewarned as to what to expect, because the numbers, again, that you can see on some of these charts, they're really not a true depiction of what you can expect to see when looking for a home in the Baltimore metro region. Let's look at a few things that have really changed over the last year. In particular, the number of days a home remains on the market. Last year about this time, we were averaging about 29 days on the market. Okay, that is from when a real estate agent marks the home active until it is marked sold. Now, my friends, That number has been trimmed down to 20. So what that means is the homes that do come on to the market, they're going right away, meaning they're going under contract immediately and then ultimately going to settlement as quickly as possible. Now, what has also occurred is this. We've seen kind of a ebb and flow of the inventory in the market. Right now, we are about the same amount of inventory on the market as we were at this point last year, about 1.4 months of inventory. However, we got down to right around 1 month of inventory to slightly under that in the springtime. So when people say, hey, there's not a lot of houses for sale in the area, they're absolutely correct. Because if you think about it, if all of us as real estate agents were to take a month off, not sell any homes within one, or list any new homes rather, within 1 month period of time, there would be zero homes available for sale in the Baltimore area. So my friends, that's what's changed. Let's look at your next biggest expense here in Maryland. And no, it's not your food and it's not your gas, it's your taxes that you're gonna pay. Maryland, as I said in the past, loves to tax the death out of us, okay? Now, where have we really seen this the most? We've seen it in property taxes. Here's what happens in the state of Maryland. Maryland runs on a 3-year cycle when reassessing property for homeowners. So that means every 3 years, the state is going to check into a third of the population of homeowners and say, hey, you know what? This was your old assessment. This is your new assessment. And oh, by the way, here's our gift to you. Your new tax bill comes every year on July the 1st. So with that said, what was the increase? The increase was 8.1%, which is actually a little bit better for those that got reassessed in 2020. They got charged 8.9%. So did we get a deal? I don't think so, because the folks in 2021, guess what? You're paying on those new inflated values that we've seen here in the last year, where housing prices have really spiked. So what's not changed? Well, our sales tax is still 6%. And last time I checked, the only thing that we're not paying taxes on, or sales tax rather on, is either labor and some food items. Not all food items, but some food items we don't have to pay tax on. So let's jump into the other stuff. What else? What other taxes have come down the pike, or tolls, or projects that we've got to fund as Maryland residents? Nothing to speak of that's really been noticeable to come into the news, but you know what? Our friends in Annapolis love to keep us on our toes, so be prepared for something coming up soon that we're going to have to pay additional taxes on. Let's look at keeping the lights on in your house. What are utility costs and how are they impacting you? Well, right now, hey, Maryland has always been on the higher side of the national average to a tune of about anywhere from 18 to 20% more than the national average for utility costs. Now, I don't know as to why we get charged more. Maybe because they can get away with it. Who knows? But Marylanders, we've become accustomed to it. And let's face it, every year it's going to be the coldest winter ever. And for us to expect record-setting utility bills in our mailboxes, and when the summer rolls around, it's the same old story. Let's face it, the media, they just repeat the same junk each and every year and put it on a loop and feed it to us, which justifies increases that you see in your utility bill. So my friends, here's the deal. Expect an increase in your utility bill. Now, with that said though, what does a utility bill look like? Now my house, hey, it's a pretty modest home, 2,500 square feet. It costs probably $150 to $175 to heat and cool my place in both seasons. The most I've probably seen my bill rise to was in the winter last year, got to about $200. But hey, no worries. I mean, that's not that terrible. It's just the cost to play the game here. And when you come to Maryland, after you've been here a year or two, you get accustomed to the increase in utility cost. So we all have to eat, right? Let's take a quick peek at food costs. Now, generally, Maryland, we've been right in line with food costs on the national average all across the US. But here recently, I've probably seen about a 10% spike in my grocery bill when going to the grocery store. And that's, quite honestly, in my opinion, from all the inflation that we're experiencing right now. And you are starting to see shelves in the grocery stores dwindle down, and Stuff that you used to pay, say for a box of cereal that you would pay $3 for, it's jumped up to $3.75. So these price increases are not happening rampant to every product that you're purchasing, but you're seeing it kind of jump in different spots, whether it's dairy one week and then the next week meat prices are rising. No matter what, my friends, food costs we know are going to increase as we go through the year here. Now let's flip it around. Maybe you are going out to eat quite a bit. What's going on in some of the restaurants? Here's what I'm seeing. You can pretty much get any food from any restaurant delivered to your home with DoorDash. I know folks that pretty much rely on DoorDash or a delivery service of some sort to bring food to their home. And you are seeing cost increase in the restaurants. A decent place to go out to eat, you're probably looking at about $15 to $22, $23 for a decent meal. You take a family of 4 out. When we go out, it's probably about $75, and that doesn't include anything fancy. That's just us getting our drinks, our meals, and maybe an appetizer. We typically don't do dessert, but that's what you can expect, my friends. So right now, we're experiencing some inflation here in the Maryland area, but hopefully it gets in check and we can ride this thing out. One last one for you. Let's take a look at fuel costs and what it's going to cost to fill up and drive your vehicle in the state. Right now, I'm seeing gas prices over the last few weeks fluctuate between $3.25 per gallon up to $3.45 per gallon. Now, diesel's pushing $4 or even over $4 in some places that I've seen. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a glimpse of what it might cost when you go to fill up your car for gas at the pump. Well, there you have it, my friends. Those are some of the changes happening in and around the Baltimore metro area. And if a move to the Maryland area, or Baltimore for that matter, is in your future, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, my team and I, hey, we would love to help you out in that transition and make sure it is a smooth one for you. The only thing that we need from you, though, is for you to reach out to us. So please give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or fan us down with that smoke signal. However you need to get a hold of us, we've got your back when moving to Maryland. From Baltimore down the bay to the beaches in Ocean City, we got you covered. Till the next video, I'll catch you later.